Roguewing, Coraline, or Helen RD over at Starship Modeler. Welcome to the workshop. Alright, can't get outside to paint because it's windy as all heck. So I decided let's start working on my next project. What we have here is the brand new Moebius Battlestar Galactica. She's the same scale as the old kit, which actually makes this version of the Galactica slightly smaller than the version from the original series. Going to be trying to light it with these LED lights, and they should provide more than enough light for the inside of the ship. I'm just hoping I have enough lights to go around in there once I get going. One of the other things I'm going to be using in this is the Paragraphics photo etch kit. As you can see, see it better if I didn't have it upside down. You've got nameplates for all the documented battle stars from the original series, actually, as well as the hull numbers and girders for the inside of the flight pods. This kit also replaces one of the weakest components of the Moebius kit, the turrets, with photo etch versions. It also adds grills for closing off the starboard flight pod, like the Galactica had in the miniseries. Alright, quick look at some of the parts of the kit. Starting with the flight pods themselves. The main hull, pre-drilled for the base, comes in two pieces. As you can see, the kit's actually going to be fairly decent sized. I don't remember, web figures put it at about 14.5 inches or so. That's the head of the Galactica, or will be once all said and done. There actually isn't a lot of lighting to be done on this. Mostly it'll be on the end of the engine pods and in the section right underneath the main head, as well as in the flight pods and the spots that are in the garages for the flight pods. All in all, it should be an interesting build. Alright, I've begun some of the custom work to make this ship lightable. As you can see, I've drilled out the holes for the windows. Got a coat of paint-on primer down to start light block. I'll probably do a coat of black on top of that, and then do a coat of probably silver or aluminum to make it as reflective as possible inside. I've also cut the holes to bring the lights in, and cut the holes in the front of the ship to bring the wires through. So far, so good. Alright, lighting mods continue. What I've done here is I've drilled out 3 holes in the top of the garages, as they come to call them over at Starship Modeler, for the flight pods. These will produce these spots that are often seen illuminating that section. I've also gone in and enlarged the holes, actually where the arms would mount normally, but I've enlarged those so I can get the LEDs through them to provide lighting for the flight pod itself. Made similar modifications on this one. As you can see, they won't be completely visible when I do the when I actually get the flight pods in place, but so far so good. The other modification I've made is I've taken and replaced the metal rod with some brass tubing so that I can run the wire up into the ship. Okay, modifications for lighting have pretty much finished. Now it's time for some serious assembly to begin here. I cut the wires here so I could make room to actually be able to run the main wiring into the base. Run the base or the wiring up through the base into the main hull of the ship. Are fully operational. The lights, which is good. And the modifications on all the various pieces, granted most of it's in mock-up mode right now, are ready to go. I have also got the head basically ready to go with lighting, which I'll show in the next clip. Alright, got the head basically ready as far as the lighting goes. As you can see, I didn't install any fiber optics in there, but the lights themselves are definitely working. Once we get it all geared up, it should prove to be an interesting looking model. Alright, apologize for the dim light, but main hull is assembled. I'm going to have to stuff the wires on these leads all the way back into the hull, because those are for the two engines right here at the very back. These leads here are going to get stuffed into the head through those holes to light the lights I showed in the previous video. The lights exposed here are for the flight pod lights, and then these two lights here are going to be for the upper engine nacelles. Alright, continuing progress on the Moebius Galactica. As you can see, I've got the lights on and most of the kit buttoned up. Engines are in full glow. Still have to put on the extensions and the clear piece on the end there for the exhaust. But all in all, I was able to cram all of that spaghetti inside. Once I get some primer and some black on her, most of the light leaks should disappear. And in the end, she's just about ready to take flight.